So while the oblivious are living it up in their perfect world that we're not allowed to live in, we're dealing with some problems. We're going to talk about it in this video, obviously. Again, if you have been in that perfect world, you definitely know you won really big on Wall Street, so you've got a lot to celebrate, of course, and living it up in your own enclave, of course. But the rest of us, unfortunately, have to deal with stuff like this. And unfortunately, SouthShore12 barely covered it. It's not even on the website, but I saw it on the TV. They barely covered this. Covered it all for like 20 seconds. Very disturbing here. It says, brothers nabbed for a machete attack. Happened in broad daylight at a Long Island hotel. Two brothers have been apprehended in connection to a machete attack at a Long Island hotel. Yeah, these look like people that don't belong in jail, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do belong in jail. What are they doing out on the street? But after all, it's not like Bruce Blakeman is going to keep us safe. Officers respond to the Days Inn in Hicksville, located at 828 South Oyster Bay Road, for a disturbance at around 11 a.m. on Friday, July 26th. It's broad daylight. According to the Nassau County Police, a 43-year-old man was involved in a verbal argument with two individuals that escalated into a physical altercation. During the incident, defendant Jeloni Kanze, age 21, used his 2005 Nissan Altima to strike the victim. Kanze then exited the vehicle with a machete and slashed the victim's hands multiple times, causing severe lacerations. Kanze's brother, Adani Omerhari Kanze, age 23, a passenger in the vehicle, exited the vehicle and punched the victim in the face multiple times. The two then fled the scene but were located nearby and placed under arrest without incident. The victim was taken to a local hospital for assessment and treatment. He is in stable condition. So, Jelani Kanze is charged with attempted murder, second degree assault, first degree, 2 counts of assault, second degree, criminal possession of a weapon, and Adani Amari Kanze is charged with assault in the first, second, and third degree. And here's the key. Police say the two are undomiciled. Yeah, a.k.a. homeless. Probably long rap sheets. But again, this is the stuff they put in the middle of the island. So let's take you right now to where this Days Inn is located in Hicksville and South Oyster Bay Road, which is over here. You see, you got a bunch of hotels here, extended stay in this whole area. So it's really, I always thought this was Bethpage, but I guess this is still considered Hicksville. But it's it's one of those areas they're going to dump all the problems in. It's kind of funny because it's actually, here's a funny thing about it. Altice and News 12 Studios are just down the road, but they couldn't actually cover it. Isn't that funny? So, yeah, they couldn't actually cover it on their website. So, let's see. Got extended stay here. Let's see. The Days Inn. It might be a little bit more up the road. We'll just use Google because why not? Because I can't find it other than that, and I don't want to waste your time. All right, Hicksville. Let's see. Yep, right here. Yep, knew it. It was right in that area. So, yep, this is what you get in the middle of the island. Right in this area right here. Days Inn. Oh, here we go. Days Inn is down there. So you get these motels where they dump all the problems in. Oh, look at that. We can actually go in here. It's like a Pines Motor Lodge. It's just still going. Yeah, this is where they put all the problems in. People are probably extensive criminal records. They should be in jail, but instead the county's like, we're going to put them in Bethpage because those people in Bethpage, they're not important. Or Hicksville. When it's funny that News 12 Studios is right. That's the funny thing. News 12 Studios are actually in Bethpage. It's kind of funny. They're in the middle of the island, which is kind of funny. Here's an extended stay where they could be putting more problems in as well. So when these kind of places open, you know, they're going to be putting more problems in. And that's exactly what goes on. You know, yeah, News 12, literally. I mean, they couldn't even, it's not even on their website. Oh, they're all over that. I mean, why don't they just move the studios to the South Shore already? Because it doesn't seem like they're really too interested in caring about the middle of the island. You see, they don't have any, they haven't updated this site at all much. I mean, it's pathetic. It really is pathetic. Why even bother having a website if you don't update it, you know? Yeah, at least we have a good story, from the Daily Voice on this. on this. And you can see this is the kind of problems they bring. We're not done yet. There's more. There's more stuff here. There was an incident involving, let's see, actually. What happened? Yeah, forcible touching at a Long Island Stop and Shop. Not familiar with this. This happened in Merrick. They didn't cover this. They didn't cover this. So here you go. Even though you're in your little, sitting in your little enclave here. Oh, we're sitting here in our enclave thinking it's not going to affect us. Well, police are working to identify a man of sexually assaulting someone at a Long Island Stop and Shop. And this was the Stop and Shop in Merrick at 5 p.m., July 8th. Nassau County Police say the man forcibly touched the victim in an inappropriate manner. No other details are given, so not a whole lot of details on this story right now. Police probably want to cover it up because, hey, you know, it's the middle of the island. It's the South Shore. I should say it's the South Shore. We don't want to make people aware of what's happening here. And then they have this. They also barely covered this too. 5 officers injured while arresting a man in West Hempstead. It's only 24 seconds. We just don't care about crime on News 12 Long Island. Or should I say South Shore 12. We're not a news station. We're a lifestyle station for snobs. This is something you should be covering. This started while investigating a disturbance behind a Hempstead Turnpike restaurant. 5 officers were injured when they were trying to arrest a man in Thursday in West Hempstead. It started while investigating a disturbance behind a Hempstead Turnpike restaurant. That is when police say 27-year-old Luis Tabota Corrales fled on a bicycle. When officers found him a short time later, he became violent. All 5 officers were taken to the hospital. All right, so that's one story right there. Then they also barely covered this one. 34 seconds for this. Suspect wanted for performing lewd act. I mean, these are all stories that you should be covering, all right? A lewd act in front of a Glenwood Landing woman. Detectives say the incident began when the 26-year-old victim noticed a man in an SUV obstructing her driveway. This happened on July 8th, and it happened, the incident began when the 26-year-old victim noticed a man in an SUV obstructing her driveway on Glenwood Road. It's a major road. When she approached the man and asked him to move, she witnessed him performing a lewd act inside his vehicle. The suspect then drove away. And, you have to wonder if this guy even had a driver's license. He may not. He may not. Yeah, let's see. We got a few others here. We got that one already. But there's a lot of stuff that's missing from here. And that's the thing. You go to crime here. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff that they just don't update. Look, 2 days ago. I mean, really? You don't update this at all? Why even bother having a website if you don't update? If you don't update stuff? I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is. It really, really is unbelievable. So, because of that, and because they don't have the stuff on their website, and unfortunately, this site doesn't seem to have it. Let's see. This site doesn't seem to have it either. There was another incident that happened that involved a gun. Let's see. Where is that? There was a Yaphank. It was Yaphank. Here. Barely covered this as well. 15 seconds. Person displayed gun during an argument at a Yaphank party. All it gets is 15 seconds. Isn't that amazing or what? I tell you. That's what you get. This happened on Reserve Drive in Yaphank. So let's go to Reserve Drive in Yaphank. And Laura Uhl claimed that there were shots fired, but we can't verify that, so we're going to assume that they weren't. Reserve Boulevard, Yaphank. Where is this? Oh, in this shopping center, right here, the new area that they developed here. Oh, you thought it would be fancy, but apparently, nope. Sorry, it's the middle of the island. It's the middle of the island. We're having people with guns here instead. Sorry. Oh, you want a nice stuff? You want to be safe? Well, then you got to live on the South Shore. That's it. And we're not going to cover it because it's only 14 seconds. That's it. I mean, what a joke. What a joke that is. I mean, really, barely covered it. I mean, why even bother having a website if you're not covering half the stuff that's going on here? It's unbelievable. So there are a couple of other things that happened of course, that are not on their website. Let's see if Newsday even covered it. Probably not. There was another incident, so we're going to have to actually, have to throw that into the video off the TV because the fine folks at News 12 can't be bothered to update their website. What a joke. So I had to grab all these stories off the TV because News 12 doesn't believe in using their little website to actually update it. So
tonight, that 3 people have been arrested after allegedly assaulting a security guard.
This isn't on the website.
Bowling alley. Police say Davion Campbell, Danny Daniels, and Ariel Saria Gangadi.
It's on the South Shore, but it's not an enclave.
Refused to leave Ultra lanes early this morning around 1:30. They allegedly punched, kicked, choked, and threw bowling balls at the security guard. Police say they stole his phone and got away in a white BMW.
And they had a gun too.
During the arrest, police also say they found a loaded firearm in the vehicle.
Yep, this is what you have in Baldwin, folks. It's lovely.
And 2 people have been arrested, and police say one of them is charged with attempted murder
this was the story that
after a dispute with a machete in Hicksville.
We covered earlier.
Police say 21-year-old Jelani Kanzi hit a 43-year-old man with his car. He then allegedly got out of his car with a machete and slashed the victim's hands multiple times. This happened just before 11 a.m.
This happened just blocks from your studio and you couldn't send a reporter? Really?
23-year-old Adani Omari Kanzi, who was a passenger in the car, also allegedly punched the victim several times in the face.
So you just have all the crime stories and they just run through them really quick, you know?
Jelani Kanzi is also charged with attempted murder. Officials say the victim is in stable condition. And a teenager is injured after an alleged
this wasn't on the website either.
Port Jefferson Station. Suffolk police say it happened around 10:15 last night in the parking lot of a McDonald's on Wisconsin Highway. We're told the altercation involved a group of teens and the 15-year-old victim was taken to a hospital.
So a teen was stabbed and they don't even cover that. I mean, they covered that, barely even covered it. I mean, what a joke. So the McDonald's in Port Jefferson Station off Nesconset Highway. Let's see if we can find that. I think I know where that is. It's up here. Yeah, right over here. So, yeah, right over here. This area's got a lot of problems. Got a lot of problems here. This is the McDonald's right here. So, yep, this is where it happened. And this was back in 2019. I'm sure it's worse now than it is before. There was a Wendy's here. It's still there. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, this area here, a lot of problems here. Again, this is where all the problems are in the middle. Yeah, one story happened on the South Shore, but the majority of it is in the middle of the island and on the North Shore. We're the ones who deal with the brunt of it. And once again, not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. They just don't care. They don't care. You know, instead, they'd rather be on the South Shore, whereas the top story is the South Shore. So if you go to their homepage, we'll go to their homepage, and their top story is on the South Shore. Sinking boat in Jones Inlet. That's only got 40 seconds, but more than anyone else. And they did send a reporter.
It's got everyone.
Because again,
ambulances were on the scene
happened on the South Shore. It's important.
Thankfully, nobody was injured.
We had 8 different departments here, plus the county police department. So we really appreciate all the fire departments and the.
Note how hazy that sky is too, but they're not going to talk about it. Like I said, they're in their own little world. They're in their own little happy little world, enjoying themselves, having a great time. Well, the rest of us have to deal with this. Yeah, we got to deal with this. We get to deal with this. And we also get to deal with this. So there you go. The happy people are in their own little world, and you got to fight to be with them, but they don't want us to live there. So that's how the plan works. The rest of us just, you don't want to be around this stuff. You're not a white finance professional. Sorry, you're gonna have to shut up and go leave Long Island. Yeah.